Yo, what's good, fellas?
Chilling, man. How you feeling? Welcome back.
Yeah, man, this is a great Sunday afternoon. I was just talking with Maine, man. It's one of those Sundays where you just want to kind of relax, kick your feet up, enjoy the day, man.
Do
You know what I
nothing.
mean?
Yeah,
Do absolutely nothing. Watch basketball. Watch old shows and movies, all that type of shit. Get caught up on stuff like that.
Word
And
up.
get ready
yeah,
for work.
definitely. Like I
You
killed myself this morning exercising, man, trying to get back in shape. I've been shouted out, on Facebook. Jermaine's boy Aaron Carter.
Well, what
You
happened?
know, nah, he's just at us older guys. We're like 10 years older than this young guy, and he's just. I think he just wants to make sure that we stay in fit and stuff like that. So he's trying to, get us, that edge to get back in shape. So, I got up this morning,
Sound like it worked.
actually,
Sound like it worked.
yeah, the past couple of days I've been kicking my ass out in the sun. But,
Well,
it's good
so
stuff.
welcome to episode 41 of Sparring Minds
first,
Yes.
podcast. So obviously we appreciate y'all joining us, and these Sunday episodes are really just us on the couch talking. You know what I mean? And just kind of talking about life and just
Just kicking
sharing
it, man.
thoughts, man. So we
shooting the shit,
appreciate y'all
shooting the
rocking
shit.
with us. Yeah, that's it. So we like these episodes a
Mhm.
lot. These are ones that are real, like natural and just, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is with us. So oh, and by the way, before we get this episode started, man, I totally fucked that Chuck pork roast up, dog. So I text
Easy.
Maine. Obviously, y'all know Maine from the legendary, the fucking world renowned, all forked up catering and his chefing abilities. And so I hit my brother up yesterday, like, yo, Maine, I'm trying to make a pork roast on the grill. I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to smoke this shit. I want the smoke ring. I want it to bend on the fork. Like I want all this shit, right? He was like, yeah, Chuck. So he gave me a couple of tips, whatever. I ran back out to the store, copped everything I needed, pulled the shit out the grill today. 6 hours, B. Smoke ring, choice, the moisture, legendary. I bit that shit, man. Super. Shit was tougher than me, bro. So I had to, yeah, I got to go back to the drawing board on that. But shout out to wifey for choking that shit down. I know she didn't want to eat it, but she ate that shit, man. Oh, man.
She just wanted to make you feel good.
Yeah, man, that's what they're here for, right? Yo,
Yo.
women, what are your top three roles in life is to be here for our ego, man. So shout out to her for assisting my ego out during that time period. So yeah, no,
What did you
fuck that.
What did you do wrong? What did you?
I don't fucking know, dog. That shit was in there forever, dog. Like I really don't know what the fuck I did wrong. Like they say it's not gonna be tender if you pull it too early. That shit was in there all day, all day. Everybody else in their Facebook groups I'm in, they be like 5, 6 hours is more than enough. I
Hmm.
was in there for 5 hours, babe. So I have no clue what I did wrong. Now, luckily, I didn't spend a whole bunch of money on it, so I can try it again. You know what I mean? Keep fucking with it till I learn it.
Okay.
But that's why I'm scared to do a brisket. Them briskets cost $100. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, definitely. You don't
I'd have
want
been
to
told
test it.
I'd have flipped this whole house over to fuck up $100 brisket, dog. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, but okay, yo, mind your business, Spawn Lines. Don't
I,
worry
I,
about that
I,
part. That was just me talking to my bros real quick.
man,
Don't
I
worry
mean,
about
I
that.
mean, we used to do those pork loins what every like Thursday or something, every 3 weeks, man. Back in our old BU days,
You know what,
something
Chuck?
like that.
Yeah, I mean the grill.
Yo,
Man,
smoking
I
them
t-
or how was you doing them?
we didn't smoke them though. We didn't smoke them. No,
yeah,
no.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I only
yeah.
want to smoke it. I want to learn how to do the smoking process. You know what I
But I
mean?
would have it in there from 11 o'clock, at least 11 o'clock until like five, 4:45, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, definitely a couple hours. Definitely.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
see,
the
it's in there.
oven.
I started that
That's
shit
the
at
oven.
Yeah.
11:30.
I mean, right. That's the oven
I
doing
hit
it.
it every hour with some moisture with the spritz. Nigga, I followed the directions to a T, dog. I promise you. I didn't miss not nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Put the shit in the cooler when I was done. Give it an hour to rest. I did everything I was supposed to do. The shit came out tougher than Roy Jones, man. So I don't know. We're gonna have to we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
You
Um,
tenderized it and everything.
So we're gonna talk about that offline.
Oh,
But
Oh, so he fucked up.
Wait.
You gotta follow the recipe.
Wait a minute.
yo, no, but here's the
Wait
thing.
a minute
So
now. Wait a minute.
I copped the tenderizer. I promise I copped it, right? But I tasted it like I do everything else. And the shit was super salty, right? Super salty. Which I imagine that's the point of a tenderizer, right? I imagine that. But the rub I was using also contained salt. So I was like, I don't want to double up. Like, I don't have to double up. If the rub already got a lot of salt in it, I should be straight. So I didn't use a tenderizer.
Take what you're down for. Okay, so we are right then and there that pinpoints where you
exactly.
Come on, brother.
Why should I have to use a fucking tenderizer if I already got enough salt in my rub?
Because you
Well,
can
who told you
you can still make a rub or seasoning without salt in it, or with enough seasoning so you can balance it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you was definitely supposed to use some sort of you asked me, you called me. You said, hey man, yo, what should I do? And I know I said, hey bro, get a tenderizer, not a seasoned kind. Just get the regular joint. Good. All right, bro. Good looking out. I'm gonna let you know how it goes. Here I am thinking I fucked up with. I'm like, damn, what I tell him to do? I'm like, oh,
Now you got poor.
Yeah, he didn't use that. That explains why it was Run DMC tougher than leather.
It really was.
Now poor Fabian got to go to the dentist, broken teeth and all types of shit.
So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from the Charles.
You're supposed to be there to serve and protect.
Yeah,
Come
we're gonna
on,
move on from the
man.
Barbecue Chronicles. We move on from
Shout out to the Queen
from
for enduring that.
from the barbecue docu-series into the No
Horrible.
Limit docu-series. How about that? Let's just do that instead. Sammy, you didn't catch it, huh?
Now I'm gonna have to catch up on it, but you guys said it was good, right?
Oh man, very good.
Man.
I mean, how you feel about it, man? Before I go in.
I mean, just what I expected and then some. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just know that story, how that whole thing, popped off. It wasn't too many things that were missing that, didn't know if you were from that era or whatever, just how he did it. It's just why you respect Master P being a legend, the icon, the G that he is, and just the game that he's passed on to so many. It's a reason why, a lot of the young moguls, coming into the game, like, loved him. You know what I'm saying? Like the Nipsey Hussles, the Rick Rosses, those kind of guys. You know what I mean? Why they pay so much homage to him. Yeah. So P's a legend, man. You know what I mean? And the first 2 episodes were. Can't wait to see what happens now when him and Suge kind of get into it, because that's what's about to come up next in 3 and 4. So it's gonna be great.
Incredible.
That should be interesting.
I went to college down at Bethune-Cookman in '98, right? And so when I went to college down there, it was my first experience living in the South, and P was everywhere in '98, all over the campus. They was playing No Limit music. You know what I mean? And it was just every night you hear somebody outside playing Bout It. It was Ice Cream Man. It was just so infectious. The music was so great. And the beautiful thing about No Limit was that they flooded you with albums every week. A No Limit shit was dropping. Every Tuesday you knew you got a new artist from No Limit was gonna drop something. And I embraced that, man. I was a big fan of Silk and True, See Murder. Yeah, Mia X is one of the 3 female albums I ever bought in my life. And that Unladylike was an incredible album. So just, No Limit, man. Their hustle, their grind was incredible. One thing that stood out to me in the docuseries, man, and I don't know if you caught this, was that his grandfather died from medical malpractice, nigga. Did you hear that part?
Yeah, that was
God
crazy.
damn, dog. Like, they gave him the wrong medicine.
Nuts.
That was like, he went in there for high blood pressure, right? And they gave him like some kind of wrong medicine and killed him, nigga. Like,
the guy in the bed next to him, they gave him his medicine instead of what medicine he was supposed to get originally.
That shit's crazy.
But then in a related twist, the money that the family got back in that malpractice suit, he flipped to help start No Limit Records. So,
pretty much, yeah.
I can't imagine.
Everything.
Yeah, incredible story. They're doing a great job with this. I thought it was going to be something similar to the the other ones we saw from BET, the TLC stories, things like that. So I was pleasantly surprised to get this version of a docuseries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they couldn't mess this up. Yeah, there was no way
It could have went a whole different way.
The TLC was. I mean, weren't those on Lifetime? Weren't some of those on Lifetime?
I thought that was on BET. Am I getting it wrong?
TLC might have been on Lifetime.
I could be wrong.
Lifetime.
I could be
A
wrong.
couple of them were on Lifetime.
Yeah.
I remember BET doing nothing like this. You know what I'm saying?
They did. Who did New Editions?
BET did New Edition, and they did Bobby Brown.
Yeah, I thought they did something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, salute to BET for this version. And Maine also, we was just talking a moment ago, they're gonna do the Rough Riders one next week.
Ooh, Rough Riders is coming up.
That's gonna be tough.
August 12th, and I believe that's gonna be a 5-part docuseries as well. You know what I mean? So
we're tuned in. We're tuned in for this one. This is
incredible.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is gonna be
definitely.
Great. Speaking of great music, the verses we got coming up on Thursday, with the Rick Ross and 2 Chainz. Have we officially announced that we're gonna do something? Are we gonna do something? We haven't really talked about that, but I assume that we will.
Yeah. I'm figuring.
Yeah. Hoping everybody's schedule is it's clear to go, but Thirsty Thursday, you know what I'm saying? It's always a good time. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I've been listening to a lot of that music since this was announced to try to get I still got Ross, but I still feel like Chainz, depending on how the records are played, it's gonna make it really interesting. I think people got him getting washed. No, I just don't see that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Time.
Definitely gonna be a good time.
I'm not totally turned on by it, but I'll be here. I'll be here for all the shits. I'm not, don't really turn. 2 Chainz don't really entice me to want to listen. But maybe I'll listen that night and be like, you know what, 2 Chainz is better than I thought. His catalog's better than what I thought. Maybe that's what will come out of that. I don't know yet. So we'll see.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping. I mean, 20 songs. I mean, I know he has it, but 20 good songs that can go the distance. I don't know.
Especially coming off of Snoop and DMX.
It's always the features, though, too.
Yeah.
You gotta remember the features
True.
are also included. That's what people feel like DMX won on in that last 10 was those features. Because that's what really won on, you know what I mean? The 4 3 2 1, you know what I'm saying? The Money, Power, Respect, like those features from there, like those were just incredible joints. So if 2 Chainz pull out some incredible features, again, he can make it interesting.
Yeah, that feature on Money, Power, Respect was dope.
Yeah. Incredible. Well, we'll do something. So if y'all want to see us do the live, if y'all want to see us broadcast that, hit us up in the comments. And obviously we'll do whatever the people want us to do. So if that's something you want us to do, just we'll take care of that for you. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about the city for a little bit because there's 2 things in the city. And when I say the city, I always mean Boston. Just that's kind of.
Oh, okay.
So the first thing with the city we're talking about is something with New Edition you was bringing up, Little. What's going on with that?
Oh yeah. Recently Ralph was on the news. Well, actually, he's been in tabloids talking about how, the rest of the guys, they come together, they have their little friction, they break apart, and he was basically saying that him and Johnny, actually owned the rights to the name New Edition.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I truthfully thought Maurice Starr probably was gonna keep those rights or something like that, but he said that he happened to be fishing around and he noticed that the name was still out there floating, and
that's crazy.
Secure, yeah. I mean, when it's talking about money, I mean that name is worth a lot of money. So he was like, to secure that, that name and their legacy, he decided him and Johnny, which is kind of odd because Johnny wasn't one of the founding members of New Edition, but
Original.
one of the originals. But him and Johnny got together and they took the name. And I feel there's more to that story. I mean, because I still don't know why the rest of the group isn't a part of that ownership. But it is what it is. I guess they'll figure it all out.
That's some interesting shit, bro. Because that tells you there's obviously it tells you there's some tension between them and Bell Biv DeVoe. But not only that, right? Like I know for sure that Ralph and Johnny Warren, they were touring just them two before
Head
coronavirus.
of state. Head of
Yeah,
state.
yeah, they were doing
Yeah.
their own tour.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
again, that
Bobby was
just
supposed to be a part of that. Bobby was a part of
right.
that also.
So that just
Yeah.
tells you that there's some kind of friction going on. How the fuck
Yeah.
could you allow that name to be public domain? How the fuck could you allow it to be out there available to the public? That's crazy to me.
That really is. And Mike Bibb being so business savvy, I would have figured he would have caught on to that a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what makes it. Wow, that's crazy.
That you know what this means. That's some can be turned into some real petty shit. Because Ralph can say you niggas ain't touring unless you cut me a check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, they
They
could
can
tour
tour
under
Bell
Bell
Biv
Biv
DeVoe.
DeVoe. Yeah, they
They
could
can
tour under
tour
Bell Biv DeVoe. So
Yeah, they can't stop the money.
right. So that's a good
They
thing, I
can't
guess.
stop the money.
Boy, we'll see how that plays itself out. I'm interested to see what happens next with that. I mean, obviously, ain't nobody doing nothing now with that name because you really can't make no money off it. And for you to join the whole thing back together would take some kind of conversation based on where they at. Clearly, they're not.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep
But
an
for
eye
right
on
now,
that.
yeah. Right now, y'all can listen to Johnny and Ralph. They got some good music out right now. So
Oh, and I absolutely
please.
fuck with that. I absolutely fuck with
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Absolutely. And so, secondly, in the city, we had a situation with the King of the Court. You were going to educate me on.
It was something that I just recently wandered onto also.
So, and tell me what it is. Tell me what the foundation is. 'Cause I don't know much about it.
Caesar Veal, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the guy that runs that, right, man?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, I
So,
guess it's a. No, go ahead.
okay, they next level factory. You know what I'm saying? And they train top high school basketball players in the city, statewide.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where it came from. You know,
Okay.
started from there, probably in the pickups and the one-on-ones, and spawned out into something that can get pretty interesting. You know, so it's for young men 25 and under. So it's basically to crown the best hoop player, 25 and under. You know what I'm saying, in the city and in the state. And the first recipient was Dana Tate Jr. He had the championship belt. Most recently is Keon Jones, a graduate from New Mexico State, from Dorchester, by the way. He has the belt right now. So, you know, it's some dope stuff they're doing, man. As you know, saluted C's up on that. And I told him, I said, yo, you know, you gotta do the 3-on-3 joint. And I said, you gotta do the 2-on-2 joint, like white men can't jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The 2-on-2 hoops for the young boys. I said, yo, that's gonna be pretty lit too. He's like, yo, I'm already up on. I was like, yeah, that'll be what's up. So salute to that. You know what I mean? The culture of basketball in Boston is dope. It's live. It's always a good thing. So you know, salute to that.
Some good trash talk with that.
Napier play today. So yeah, definitely good stuff. So
Roxbury owns Shabazz Napier.
Next level factory. Absolutely. Roxbury Young, Shabazz Napier. Salute. Yeah. Salute to that. You know, can't front on that.
You know, I go at Jermaine back and forth because, you know, he's from Dorchester, I'm from Roxbury. So, you know, Roxbury, Dorchester has this back and forth, you know, all the time when it comes down to ball. So.
Yeah, well, you know, Roxbury get a little shine, so you can't knock that. And salute to the city. We always appreciate dope talent being recognized. Why does the name Dana Tate sound familiar to me?
He went to University of Rhode Island. He got scholarship to University of Rhode Island. I can't remember where he is now. I don't know what school.
Well, his father has the same name. He has a father with the same exact name.
Yeah, and he was a basketball player also.
Okay. Salute the young bull. You know, we always
went to Dorchester High. Alum also. So that was a Dorchester High alum. So shout out to my OG Big Red.
Salute to the city, man. Salute to the city. They keep doing big things. We're gonna keep talking about it. Hopefully, shedding some light on it for people who don't really know what's going on out there.
Word up.
Dana, go get that belt back.
This run is going on. This run is going on again this week. So salute to G Smooth.
Yep.
Charlie DeLoach and all that at Mike Bivens Park, doing something for the top high school girls players. I know Little was down there with that.
Oh, let me tell you something. Those girls' videos were incredible.
Yo,
Yes.
hooping.
Woof.
The skill level. The skill
Yo,
level was crazy.
I can't say that I've ever been impressed with female basketball until I saw those videos this weekend. And I was like, yo, those chicks was hooping for real. Like,
Yes.
playing no games out there. They was down in, I
Yes.
think it was the dungeon it was called. So salute to that. Like, it was, again, this incredible, competitive, hard-nosed ball. Like, that's the stuff that we grew up on, so I always appreciate that. You know what I mean?
And real quick, speaking of girls basketball, we got to shout out Shea Petty, WNBA champion with the Washington Mystics from Roxbury, Mission Hill.
Mission Hill.
Her. She was on that team this past year. You know what I mean? Champion. So, you know, Mission Hill, you already know how that is synonymous with basketball talent, you know what I'm saying, riches.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Salute to Shea Petty, Washington Mystics.
Putting on for the city. Putting on for the city. So it's interesting. One thing when we're talking about ball, Maine, we're talking in the pre-show about. You know, it was a couple of days ago. I was personally complaining about Jonathan Isaac, but I think you have some new information about Jonathan Isaac here that might shed some light on the story.
So Jonathan Isaac is the young man from the Orlando Magic who recently during a game elected to stand during the national anthem and not wear a Black Lives Matter shirt. And he said that he didn't feel that kneeling and Black Lives Matter went hand in hand with his belief. And it was just something that he just chose not to do. He said he does feel that Black Lives Matter, but that just wasn't the way that he wanted to show his respect or non-respect towards the flag and all that stuff right there. So it was really it still kind of left you feeling like he didn't really answer the question.
Yeah, that's all.
But he put out a
have
statement
something to do spiritual?
to just say something.
You're freezing up on us, man.
I said his beliefs.
Oh, okay.
His beliefs.
You heard me, man?
So I believe they were religiously. Am I froze? Am I good?
You're freezing. It's like coming in and out. Because your audio is pretty good, but the videos is a little strange. But we got what you were saying. I guess two things jump out for me from hearing what you were just talking about. The first thing is that you said that Black Lives Matter and kneeling doesn't equate to his beliefs. And so I'm like, well, what are your beliefs? Like what part of Black Lives Matter, what part of kneeling goes against your beliefs? I'd like to hear more about that. And then secondly, as y'all know, I live down here in Tallahassee, and he went to Florida State to play his college ball. And I've been reading the Tallahassee news a lot, and of course, this article, even because he plays in Orlando, but it was a big news story here in Tallahassee, right? And to the point where the comments that were made were disappointing because all Lives Matter supporters were like, way to go, Jonathan. You're really a good one, right? That's what they're saying now. And so this is what I feared would happen, is that because he didn't stand to support Black Lives Matter, the perception now is that he supports all lives matter. You know what I mean? And that's why I always tell you dudes, like, you gotta take a stand. Make sure that your position is clear. Now he's in this ambiguous state where nobody knows what his stance is, and so now people are putting a stance on him which he may not have intended. You see what I'm saying? So whatever, because now all the people down here in Tallahassee love Jonathan Isaac now. We're a predominantly red state, you know what I mean? So you see all the Trump supporters down here, and they're, oh my God, I'm gonna go buy a Jonathan Isaac jersey right now, and now these are the same people who are fans of the Seminoles, and they got pictures on fan days with Jonathan Isaac. So now they're posting all these pictures like, I always knew you were a good one. I always knew that you were bigger than Black Lives Matter. It's like, it's unfortunate, man. So I wish he would have come out, even if he didn't want to kneel, even if he didn't want to, just make sure that your stance was clear, and it's not clear now. So
Yeah.
Mm.
we'll see. He's young.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. His stance definitely wasn't. It wasn't. You know what I mean?
I think it is clear. I think he is an all lives matter. I think that's where his stance is. Now, but is that totally wrong for his stance to be an all? I mean, is that totally wrong?
Yes, it's totally wrong. Yes, like I don't know, we don't need to make a discussion of that, do we? Like, all lives matter is totally ridiculous because all lives matter. All lives matter until they start talking about blue lives matter. Then it's blue lives, right? So then there's some designation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, it don't matter. They only use all lives matter when someone brings up black lives matter. But when someone
Mm-hmm.
says blue lives matter, they're like, yeah, you're right. I don't get it. You know what I mean? So yeah, for the time being, all lives matter can get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that's just totally ridiculous. So, shout out to Jonathan Isaac, and hopefully we hear some more from you, young brother. Um,
I'm pretty sure we will.
yeah. Well, I think he forced himself into a spotlight, so now you got to respond to that, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays itself out. Let me drop some news on y'all real quick. So we've been talking about mancation, and I was just talking to you guys the other day about, we got to actually start that process over again to kind of see where we're going, how we're going to play 2021, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
So as I was doing some additional research, there was a subsidiary of Norwegian Cruise Lines who decided in late June that they were going to be the first ones to jump back into the cruising industry. Right? Pretty cool. So late June, they jumped back in. Now, this is out of Germany. So no Americans were allowed on these cruise ships. It was only out of Germany. And the boat had 178 passengers on it,
Mm-hmm.
154 crew members on this, right? So for 178 passengers, we're like, yo, that's super small. That's super light, right?
Yeah.
So not surprising to us, guess what? Everybody on the boat got COVID-19. It started out with 3 of the crew members, it turned to 17, and then bled to 154. Right? All of them have COVID, right? So they then, at this point, determined, oh shit, we need to contact the passengers. So the
Mm-hmm.
passengers are already home. Like, yeah, we just had a great cruise. It was amazing. Oh yeah, I got a call from the cruise line. Sorry, you might have coronavirus because all of our fucking crew had coronavirus. So
Mm.
you should get tested and then do a 14 days. So we've been talking about leaving some of this shit alone, bro. Right? And this is just another example of y'all jumping the gun too early on some of these things, man. You know what I mean? There was no need for you to have a cruise ship going out in June. There was no need for that. But they were chasing the dollar bills,
Yep.
and now you got 300 plus people passing around coronavirus. Not only that, but those people that came back from traveling on that trip probably knew nothing was wrong, went back to work. So guess what they did? Pass it to another 100 motherfuckers.
God.
Easy.
These are the reasons why pandemics don't stop. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because somebody
That's
chasing the money somewhere and making bad decisions. And
mm.
bad decisions, they multiply exponentially, as we see in this case.
Yeah.
So, shout to Norwegian for trying to get ahead of the game. Yeah,
Say
so
we want our money.
yeah, I mean, all future cruises have been canceled by this subsidiary of Norwegian, which is good news, I guess, right? So
No
shout them out.
surprise.
So as for mancation, we'll have some future discussion about that. We'll talk about that. Kind of see where we are.
Doesn't look like look like it's gonna be.
No time
It's
soon.
not looking good. We might
No time soon.
have to change plans on that. You know what I'm
But you know what
saying?
though? Secretly, real talk. Like I wouldn't mind just hold on a second. So Sparring Minds viewers, y'all just take a break real quick. Go get some coffee. Go get a cold drink. I'm gonna talk with the homies real quick. Don't worry about this part. So like you was saying the other
Right.
day, man. Like I think we should all, just the four of us, Hightower, get up with the ladies, just go like a log cabin somewhere. You know what I mean? And just kind of like have a quiet weekend. You know what I mean? Just do something nice, for the group of us.
I love it.
No
I
problem with
love
it.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I
Let's
love
plan
it.
something,
We
man.
go shopping,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Groceries, me and Little hold down the cooking,
Fuck
you
you.
know what
I'm
I'm
gonna do
saying?
my
Like
pork chuck roast, nigga.
We're not doing no
me
such
and Little,
fucking
no, me
thing.
and Little got this. No, me and Little,
We're
you
not
sit
doing
this
no
one out.
such.
You sit
No,
this
no.
one
You
out.
just sit this one out, Chuck. Stay at the space table, cause
me and
look,
Little got this one, bro. Sit this one out.
this
Sorry,
motherfucker
kid.
gonna have us with
You and
food poisoning
Hightower,
and all
y'all
types
do
of
what
stuff.
y'all
Nah, I'm
do.
all set.
I hate these niggas, man. Come on, let's go back to the show. All right, yeah, we're back. Pardon us. We just had to take a quick break here to discuss some
Right.
things, but yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
This dude, man.
Um, before I jump into we got a topic for today. Before I jump into that, um, I want to say welcome home to the homie Loon of Bad Boy fame.
Oh, saw
Oh, Loom,
that.
yeah.
Saw that.
Salute to the bro.
And
9
did he
years.
send him a message saying get at me?
I don't know about that.
Did he say get at him?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Did he say get at him?
Yeah. Take that call at your own
Yeah.
risk, bro. I don't know about messing around with Diddy. But, 9 years, brother. Like you done changed, you converted to Islam. Salute to him for that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Whatever
What
helps
is his
drive you.
probation like? He still has like what, 4 more years on probation or
Oh,
something like
really? I
that?
didn't even see the probation bit.
Yeah,
So,
he got out early. He got out early. He still has probation to it.
hey, I'm sure he's glad to be home, brother.
Yeah,
Probation
yeah,
or not, you know what I mean? But one of the things about that is, and maybe this ties into his probation, him coming home early. His mom's is in her 60s, but she just had a heart attack. You know what I mean?
mm,
So she's dealing with some illnesses. His grandmother's in her 90s. She's dealing with some sicknesses. So a lot of things are happening with Loon right now at a time where,
yeah.
you know, when Diddy's sending out tweets, he could be doing a little bit more. You know what I mean? To try to help out
I'm
Loon.
saying he might be saying come see him. He might have a care package for him.
Hopefully that's what it
Hopefully
is.
so.
So, yeah, that'll be
You know what I
a nice
mean?
pick me up.
He should have been having a care package for him.
Word, that's real shit. That's real shit. For a guy coming home to these kind of circumstances, that's the least Diddy could do. You know what I mean? So we want to shout the homie out. Shout the homie
Word
out,
up,
Loon.
word up.
Sports real quick before we get into the Ass Chuck Maine, the Cardinals. Now we talked about them the other day in relation to the Marlins situation, but you got some new news.
Yeah, man. The Cardinals game was canceled this weekend, and to be honest, more and more with each day, I believe the Red Sox and the Yankees played, I think today or something.
Yeah.
But the
Oh, they did
commissioner
play?
threatened to cancel the season. I believe they but the commissioner is threatening to shut down the season.
Yeah.
It's just, again, if you're not gonna, you didn't have this thing planned out and situated in one spot where you can have these guys playing and stuff. Baseball is extremely different. It's not like basketball, so you know what I mean. Like those type of things can happen, but it's just like these teams are gonna travel the country infecting everywhere they go. Like regardless of having no fans, you're not gonna be able to. And with the Marlins situation, it's like, well, what do? Do you not have them play any games at all? You have more than half their roster that's infected. Like, just cancel the season and just figure out another way for it. Hoping the NFL takes a cue from this, because if they don't have a location as well, then you have to just shut it down. You know what I mean? Like the one thing you can at least say with the NBA is that they had it right to at least have a plan in place, a situation where they can all play and be in one spot, and where there were certain precautions that you had to take. Baseball didn't have that. The NFL doesn't appear to have that, because the NFL players, guys are dropping out, opting not to play this year. You know what I'm saying? So forget chasing the dollars, get the situation right for these players, man. You know what I mean? And move on from that. But baseball should absolutely just go ahead and cancel the season. Nothing good is going to come from this. It's just going to get worse.
You know the problem with Major League Baseball versus you breaking out on us again, man. But the problem with Major League Baseball versus the NFL, and I'm sure y'all will agree with this, is that those games are much longer. Those games can run 4 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas basketball game, you can probably get it done in two. You know what I mean? And that opens up the ability to play quadruple headers on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Because you can squeeze so many games in the same arena, and get so many teams involved. NFL games, baseball games, you can't do that shit all in one day because those games are so long. You know what I mean? So there's some problem with how they manage bubbles, how they manage arenas, just the game. There was some talk of them going only 7 innings instead of 9. Something's gonna have to be done. The NFL's gonna have to talk about that too. You can't play a 4-hour game. It's just we'll see. We'll see. But I don't know how they're gonna keep players safe. And that should be the paramount um, concern here. So
Right. Safety.
Yeah.
Safety first. Safety
it.
first.
That's it. All right. Well, we're good with the news. Unless y'all have any other news you want to drop in. Cool. All right.
No,
Well,
we
if
good.
you do, bring it up at the end of the show. How about that?
Yeah.
And what we'll do
Yeah.
right now, we'll go right into the Ask Chuck. Um, and so, this is your first time watching the show. You actually picked a very good episode to do so. So welcome. But so the Ask Chucks and the main topics are generally questions that we get from the public, kind of some thoughts or personal issues going on in their own household, or just some things they may want to bring up to have us discuss. You know what I mean? And this is no different than one of those here. So I'm gonna read the Ask Chuck. We're gonna talk about it as a roundtable here.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, my boys here are wrong, and I normally drop a little insight on the back end to let them know how they can correct their line of thought. That's generally how these go. So we're gonna test it out here now and see what we got. So this is the Ask Chuck for today, fellas. It says, Chuck,
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
I have been with my current man happy for 3 years. No complaints, all is well.
Okay.
We are both okay with friends of the opposite sex, so that hasn't been a problem. Okay, so
Right.
last
Yeah.
week, my ex calls me crying. He proceeded to tell me how his mother recently passed away from COVID-19 and he had no one else to talk to. My heart hurt for him. After 3 hours on the phone, he invited me to the front row at the funeral, and I quickly accepted. I got home, I told my man about the situation, and he was not happy with me going to the funeral. He didn't give any ultimatums or anything like that, but from his reaction, me attending the funeral is clearly going to cause some problems with my relationship. Is he being childish, or should I reconsider attending the funeral?
Ooh.
Maine, let me start with you. Actually, let me start with Sammy, because I think me and Sammy have generally been on the same wavelength recently, and I'd like to hear some positivity before you come in here with some bullshit. So, Sammy, go ahead and talk to me. Get me right.
Fam, now if she didn't tell him that, what was going on and that, and she just went ahead and went to the funeral, nah, she's dead wrong. I mean, he has the right to be mad. Yeah, I mean, you just don't do that. I mean, this is your partner. You gotta inform him what you're doing, where you're going. I mean, I understand, it's your ex's mother-in-law. Y'all may have some bond and stuff like that, but nah, you can't do that. I mean,
So,
nah,
but in this
not
case,
without permission.
in
But
this
she
case
told
here,
him, though.
she told him. She asked
She
him.
told him in this
She
case.
told him.
She told him afterwards.
No, she didn't go yet.
Oh, she didn't go yet.
Oh, okay. She didn't go
She
yet.
came home after she had already agreed to go to the funeral. She said, "Yeah, I'll go to the
Right.
funeral, hang up the phone, go home, tell her man about it." Now he's like, "Hold on, what are you talking about?"
Right.
Nah, you got to still check in with me. You got to check in with me before you agree to do anything. No, I mean, this is your ex. Like, nah, you can't do that.
I agree.
You can't do that, man. Nah.
Man, I think we could make this easy on all of us, brother. If we skip your turn, and then
She
He said, here come the bullshit.
go ahead, man, get your foolishness out the way, man, because it's gonna be bullshit either way, though. Just know we're never gonna agree to this shit.
So I'll agree with Little in saying that before she agreed, that's something they could have had a conversation about before she agreed. I mean, but the overall gesture of going to pay respects, like, you know what I'm saying? Again, enough information is not provided. So I guess I'm getting on my high tower political stuff.
Oh shit, here we go.
What kind of relationship did she have with the mom? You know what I'm saying? Were they cool? Like, were they tight during that time? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I have, and a long time ago, I'm incriminating myself, but
long, long,
I've
long, long.
I've had exes that still have are cool. My mother, like, they're not gonna just totally in their relationship. So even though I'm in a relationship now, if my mother, God forbid, passed away, they will come pay their respects to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I couldn't be mad at that if they came. I think my lady should be mad if some exes of mine came to pay their respects to my mother, who they knew before prior to. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, so I guess that would factor into it. It doesn't really say during the topic of whether they had a relationship. So this is just me making an assumption, is that she came because maybe she had a relationship with this woman while she was with her son. And so still, regardless of how it feels, like, you can't take that part away from it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. It's an emotional time. The ex may try to play on her emotions at that time and may shoot for a shot. But again, this is where you have to trust your lady, and that she's just going to pay her respects, and that's it. And that she's still coming home to you after the fact. It's just going to pay respects. It didn't say going to the repast after or anything like that. It just says the funeral to pay your respects. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if they're going to the funeral, she's going to the repast. If she's going to the funeral, she's going to the repast.
But it does not say. It does not say. And we have to go with the content in which Minister Jones put out there.
Well, the content says she did not.
I'm going by what was said. Again, she shouldn't have agreed. She shouldn't have agreed to going before talking to her man. But even in that sense, she may have had a relationship with this woman that I don't know about, and I can't be mad at that. This is where you have to trust in your lady for that. Just going to pay homage and pay respect to a woman.
Listen. If she agreed to go without even asking you, she's going to the reception. I mean, the repast. She's going. She's going. That's
not only that. He asked. Here's the most important part that you skipped.
Yep.
He asked
her to 3 hours.
He asked her to sit in the front row, nigga. That front row is reserved for family, siblings, loved ones. If she's sitting in the front row, she's absolutely going to the repast. She's absolutely going to the dinner later that night with the family. Like, she's absolutely going to be there for all of that. She's absolutely going to be there. Oh, honey, I remember when y'all used to date. She's going to be there for all that. With the aunties at the table. Here, honey, have a plate. I remember when y'all was together. Y'all going down memory lane a whole fucking weekend, B. Are you coming over tomorrow? Because we got to throw some things on the grill. All of that she's going to be there for.
Listen, they went down. Hey, listen, but Maine, he was on the phone with her for 3 hours. He was on the phone with her for 3 hours, so they had to go down memory lane.
Absolutely.
In those 3 hours. Absolutely. I mean, how hard is it to say, "Hey, my mother passed away. Could you come to the funeral?" That's less than a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all on that phone for 3 hours. This nigga spent
them 3 hours saying, "Do you remember that time when we went to my mother's house and she made us that macaroni and cheese and you got sick?" And then that's what they did for those 3 hours. They was all down memory lane. All the way down there. They cried together. They laughed together. That was a powerful 3 hours, bro.
So the minute she came home and said that, then both of y'all are just breaking up with her.
No one said breaking up with her.
You ain't going to that fucking funeral. You ain't going to that funeral. Well, here's the problem. They've agreed in their relationship. It says here verbatim that they already had a discussion about friends of the opposite sex. So these are the kind of things you get yourself involved with when you allow that. You allow 3-hour conversations that could have started hearkening up emotions. And that's what this has done. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, every woman in the world is going to be like, "Oh, it don't mean I'm just going to fuck him that night." That's not what we're saying here. But with women, anything that can hearken good emotion can lead towards them fucking at some point, or leads to that kind of thing. And that's what this could be. You see what I'm saying? This could be in a moment of weakness where he's showing a vulnerability. Now he got to pin up against the wall in some emotional. Come on, man. So no,
Chuck
my
went to
girl
the
ain't going to
extreme,
that
but
funeral. My girl ain't going to that funeral. And frankly, I'm on the fence about you sending a card. Honestly, I'm on the fence about that. Like, we might be able to discuss you sending a card, but the head leading up to that better be choice for the top notch all week long. And then okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we can go to Dollar Tree and you can get a card out of that motherfucker. But it ain't gonna be you
Yeah.
send a gift basket. It's not none of that. I don't give a fuck about that relationship. And the most important part here is that we need to do a better job of respecting the current relationship. We're not
yeah, we
respecting the
do.
current relationship she's in.
That we do need. That we do need to do.
Yeah, she's not
Respect
doing
the
that.
current relationship.
Yeah.
All of that means disrespect to your current relationship.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
I'm just saying, all of that means disrespect to your current relationship.
Anywhere that my girl is invited to, I should be able to be invited to. You would agree with that, I imagine, right?
Absolutely, but where does it say that he couldn't come?
So you
I'm
feel as
asking
though
you, did
no,
it anywhere?
we just looking at the situation.
Wait, but
Yeah,
you really figured he said bring your man
He
along,
said,
huh?
"Bring your man to sit in the front row at my mother's wedding, at my mother's funeral."
Did it say
Think
that he
about
was
that.
invited? I'm just
Man,
can
come
y'all
on,
answer
bro.
the question, please?
Come on,
Can y'all
bro.
answer the
We could
First
use
and
we could use
foremost,
context clue, bro. We could use some common sense logic here
first and
too, bro.
foremost, she knows I'm not even sitting in the first row of somebody else's family's funeral.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely,
no.
absolutely.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Mm-mm.
Why you can't be debating this shit seriously, dog? We were
Listen,
supposed to all agree
all
and
her
move
man
on.
had to sit,
nah,
all her man
going
had
to
to
the funeral,
say
I
was
don't
that,
mind
yo,
going to the
listen,
funeral, but I
I'm
need to know
going
first.
to the you're not sitting in the front row, and I'm going to the funeral with you. Period.
No,
I have a question.
I have
What if
no
she's
interest in being here.
Just
but check it. What if she tells you, no, I don't want you to be there.
Oh
I don't want you
shit!
to come.
Is you crazy?
I don't know what type of chicks y'all. Mine
I'm
wouldn't
just
tell me.
saying. I'm just
Mine
saying.
wouldn't tell me. Mine's not telling me that.
I'm not.
So mine ain't nothing. Mine ain't
I'm
telling
just
me that.
saying.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm
Uh,
telling you that mine ain't telling me that.
listen,
So
I'm just
I
saying.
don't know where
What if
you
she
are trying
tells
to
you?
go with
What
it.
if she
I'm
knows
telling
that there's
you,
gonna be some
I'm
friction? What if
telling
she?
you, nigga, I'm telling you, mine ain't telling me that. Okay, all right.
Shout out to Riz.
Hey,
Shout out to
I'll
Sis.
call
We
her.
see you.
Okay, yeah, nigga, please. That's not happening.
There's another part of this
So,
that we overlook. There's another part of this that we overlook. And it says here that the dude, her boyfriend, the current situation, didn't give her any ultimatums. But from his reaction, her attending the funeral clearly is going to cause some problems. So is this nigga kind of, I don't want to call him soft, but is this the time where, at least from our perspective, little, is this the time
hmm
where he's got to put his foot down and kind of say, nah, like, knock it off?
Yeah,
Because based
yeah,
on the
because
letter, he didn't do that.
I mean, in the early going, sometimes there are no ultimatums. I mean, certain things haven't happened for someone to sit back and be like, you know what? Wait a minute, I might have to reassess our what we doing here. Like, sometimes things pop up later on in a relationship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he does have to put his foot down. If this is something that he doesn't like and don't want, yeah, he has to say something now.
And so, Maine, I guess from your perspective, it's not something you have to put your foot down about. I guess if am I right in saying that you would only just say, okay, when is the funeral? When are we going? That's kind of would be your stance, right?
simple. That's simple. Yeah. When's the funeral? When we going?
Like I said,
It's that simple.
what if she says, listen, I sense there's gonna
Like
be
you
some
said,
issues there.
what,
His
bro?
family's gonna. I'm just saying.
You keep going
I'm
back
just.
to. Well, you must be. You talking about the person in the story? Then you're not talking about me. You talking about the person in the
Listen.
story?
I'm just
You're
asking.
not
I'm
talking
just
about me.
saying. I'm just saying. I'm throwing something out there.
I hear what you.
I'm throwing
say,
something out
and
there.
I'm nipping it. I'm nipping it in the bud. I'm nipping it
Okay.
in the
So
bud
you're putting
before
your
you even
foot
try to
down right
send that
now.
in my direction. I'm telling you before you even try to send that in my direction Dikembe Mutombo, Ben
No,
Wallace,
no.
Alonzo Mourning with the defense. That's not happening over here. Okay?
So that means if she
You
does
talking about
say
the
that, that
person
means
story.
we're not
I'm
going
not
to the
talking about
we're
me,
not
bro.
going. So that means we're not going to the funeral.
However it may be, it's we're going or no one's going. How about
Okay,
that?
that's okay. I respect that.
Are
I
you
respect that.
concerned, Maine? Because I think I speak for Samuel when I say that we are. But are you concerned with the 3-hour emotional conversation there, or are you kind of like, nah, that's okay?
Again, that all depends on the guy, but that's not happening anyways. You're not having a 3-hour conversation with my girl anyways, period. So that's on the guy for even allowing that type of stuff to happen. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
no,
But you know,
this is on the individual.
but he didn't allow it. But
Yeah,
he
he didn't
didn't
know anything
allow it.
about that. That all happened before he knew anything about it, you know?
Again, so when that type of stuff happens and you don't know nothing about it, there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is speak on that fact later on. Of like, hey, like
React.
Yeah.
that's a violation, right? That's a
Yeah.
violation.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't do that. No way. You don't do that. No way.
Yeah. So that means she's not going to the motherfucking funeral. She fucked up her chance to go to the fucking funeral. You're not on the phone for 3 hours.
Listen,
You done fucked up.
Yeah, you're right.
Everything you would have said at that funeral, you should have said in those 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right. So again, this falls on the individual that allows that to happen to them.
The motherfucker called her and said, "My mother passed away, and I didn't have anybody else to call except for you."
He's shooting his shot.
Absolutely, that's Steph Curry 35 feet shooting, my nigga. Like, he had every intention of hitting that shot.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Every intention that
he's trying to.
Come on.
He's trying to play on her emotions. You know what I'm saying? Using trying to transfer that energy into that and seeing what more can lead. Oh, well, you know, I feel so bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Like hoping for that type of reaction that could.
In this situation, it worked.
Like,
in this situation, it worked because she didn't check in with you, and she said, "Yes, I'm coming."
Yeah. So what's gonna happen? Yeah. What's gonna happen here online? So we're recording this episode on Sunday, right? So when we release it, either tonight or tomorrow, whenever we release it, we're gonna get comments, right? What are some of the comments when they get back from the women? Like, what are they gonna say about this conversation that we have in here?
Their favorite thing, their favorite word. You guys are being too insecure.
Oh,
I hate that. I hate that shit. Stop being so insecure.
I hate that fucking word.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I agree. You agree, man? I hope you agree.
Yeah, you can go pay. Yeah, definitely. I'm saying you can go pay your respects. I'm there with you, helping you through this. It won't be some other man comforting you during that time period in which, if you want to go express how you feel about that, I'll be the man there with you, comforting you throughout that time. If that's what you want. If you want to go pay your respects, sir, but you wouldn't be going to pay your respects by yourself without me there with you. No, that wouldn't happen.
Off top, I'm there.
No, I'm not fucking there. We will be at our own house. We're watching Andy Griffith. I don't give a fuck about that funeral, nigga. Man, like, that's your past. Nah, come on, man. Beat it. We ain't about to go to that funeral. If you really feel some kind of way because y'all had one of them relationships where you was calling her ma, like, you know, whatever. If that's the kind of situation it is, then we can go bring her a plastic bouquet of flowers from the Dollar General. Then we can take that over to the funeral site after the fucking funeral. Then we can go do that all then, and I'll be there. Just me and you. You put down the plastic, the fucking $1.99 roses, and we can get the fuck out and go back to my crib and watch some TV.
Hey, those are actually better than the real fucking flowers. They actually last.
Well, you can get the ones for $1.99, and that's if I'm in a good mood, because it might just be the 50% off joints. But we ain't gonna be at the funeral. You ain't gonna be wearing all black. You ain't gonna be in the morning. You ain't gonna be crying, because all that tells me that somebody else has a hand on your emotions outside of me, and I can't really rock like that. I gotta have some kind of control of my emotions. Because now you're fucking up my household. Her emotions, her being sad, her feeling this way, fucks up my entire household. Not gonna happen, bro.
How so? If you're the one there to comfort, if you're the one there to comfort, how does that fuck up your emotion?
Why am I comforting her from a lady who died from a relationship from years ago? What are we talking about? Why? Why are you so emotionally tied to that? That's my question. Why?
Because she's a human being, and human beings have emotions. Chuck,
Yeah.
I know, like I know you're from like another planet, like where your emotions, you don't have any of those, but like on Earth, there are people that actually have emotions for stuff, for people and stuff like that. So we're not on the planet. We're not on the planet that you're on, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
So you mean to tell me that you dudes have exes, mothers, who y'all have a strong emotional tie to right now? That's what you're telling
me? Yeah. Yeah.
You have a strong emotional tie.
Not where I'll do anything. Well, actually, no, I would do anything for my, Kevon and Samantha's grandmother, if she asks me. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
See, that's different. Okay.
Here's the thing. Yeah. In the context, also, right? Listen. If there's kids involved,
no, if that's gonna not, don't do that. Leave the kids out of it, man.
Okay, so if we're leaving kids, if we're leaving kids out, there's nobody. There's nobody. There's nobody. I mean, I know their parents, fathers, mothers.
When you bring the kids into this, what you're doing is your emotion is directly tied to how the child is feeling about this death. That's what's happening here. And I don't want to talk about that. That's different. That's not mentioned in this letter. That's a different conversation. I'm talking about you and your emotions tied directly to this lady because of the relationship you have with her daughter. That's what we're talking about. And in my case, there's not none. Where I'm like, if I got a call like, oh yeah, my mother died, I'm like, it don't break my heart, B.
Maybe one.
That you will be like, oh my God, like I'm heartbroken. When is the funeral? What can I do?
I would feel.
Other than the kids' grandmothers, there's none.
I would feel away from one. There's one. If I passed, I would feel away about that. I'm not necessarily breaking my neck to go to the funeral. And again, if I did, Riss is coming with me to the funeral, so it's no big deal. If that's the case, I would tell her whatever the case may be. She may feel a way about it or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? But I believe she would still come and support me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She's coming with me. I'm not going by myself to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and the same with her. As long as I'm going with her, if that's something that she felt as though would, no big deal to me.
This is one of those questions I'm going to bring up when we get that log cabin. We got to figure that out. And we'll just pour a couple of glasses of wine and just talk about it. And see where our ladies are with this. So, I mean, I'll go ahead and wind this episode down. I think it was a great conversation.
Definitely.
Shout out to the brother Hightower on his education move. So we're supporting that and trying to hold him down while he's not here. We expect him back, hopefully, for either Tuesday's episode or at the very least, we expect to see him for Thursday's versus battle. So we'll tune him in when he gets back.
Tuesday. I believe Tuesday he said he would be good for Tuesday.
Okay, so that's perfect.
I believe he said he would be good for Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. Right. And we'll get some content out to the people so they can, welcome to our world, right? Sam, you got something for me on the Maritime King?
Never let success get to your head, and never let failure get to your heart. And that's how I'll leave out of here with that.
So I definitely failed on that Chuck roast, but.
Yeah, please. I
mean, you ain't listening.
But you won't try it when we go to this cabin. We won't try again.
Try it again. Absolutely.
Fuck you will.
No way.
Shout out to my sister on her engagement.
Chevy! Hey!
Popped the big question over the weekend, so shout out to them. They've had my BAD members have been here all weekend. Nelson's still here at the house. My man TJ.
Okay. Y'all rocking out.
So congrats. Congrats to them.
You got any shout outs, King?
Shout out to my guy Deshaun Gibbons. Hooked me up with a nice shirt here. You know what I mean? So shout him out, doing this thing, trading the kids. And yeah, shout out to G Smooth for the assist run going on this week.
Yes.
You
Antoine
know, and
Griffin
just
for
shout out
Basketball
everybody
Life.
for listening, man. We appreciate it. You know, Antoine Griffin,
Yeah.
Basketball Life, High Caliber 25. Mike McGee, shout that
Yes.
out. And shout out to the brother DC Grubbin. He got
Yes.
the Black Money Matters coming soon to you. So shout out to my brother DC Grubbin on it. And shout out to Noah Jones, because I want to thank him and the Brooklyn Nets for the trade of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to the Celtics.
Yes.
Curveball.
Oh, and
But
shout
yeah.
out.
Shout him
Yeah, he
out.
also
Noah,
got a new job.
love you,
He got a new
baby.
job.
You already know.
You know,
Who got a new
congrats on the
job?
new job. Congrats on the new job, Noah.
Noah. Yeah.
Salute, King.
Yep. Shout out to the homie Noah on new job to level up, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
With that
Level up.
said, Sparring
Love.
Minds is Charles
Hey,
Jones, aka Charlie Hustle.
This is Sam Little, Mr. Little.
You already know it's the chef, Mr. Main Topic.
Yo, we'll see y'all soon, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Clear. All right. Y'all want me to try to get it up tonight? You want me to wait till tomorrow?
It's still recording.
No, I got it. Oh, shit, it does. All right. Now we out for real. Peace.
Yeah.
It says, "Psych."